What's up, guys? So welcome to part 2 on the famous Hellcat mod. Now I rewatched the video that kind of prompted me to make my own how to set up the Hellcat mod video. And just because I thought to myself, hold on a minute, let me just rewatch it for a second. And as I mentioned, their setup was where the two side straps are above the center bar of the Alice pack, whereas my setup is where the bar rests in between, or at the very least uses the top straps in order to sit at that specific height. Now, what is the problem, notably, between these two setups? This is tilted, actually. Let me tilt this one too. At the same height exactly. You can already see that there's a difference there. There's a massive difference. Now, this setup I have for my LBT 1749B, and admittedly, this ruck, this ruck has a much longer sleeve compared to a standard Alice pack. Much longer. As you can see, hopefully. Sorry for the moving around, guys. Oh, stuff getting tangled up. There we go. Hold on a minute. So as you can see, this allows the frame enough space in order to sit just at the right height, and for this panel of padding not to conflict with the sleeve, with the padded sleeve on the ruck. So for this setup, also this longer sleeve is featured on like the Blackhawk SOF ruck, and also on the Tactical Tailor Malice pack. So if for whatever reason you have one of those rucks or similar rucks, at least I speak of the ones that I owned or have owned, and I know that this sleeve is considerably, well, I mean, not considerably longer compared to a standard Alice, but it is longer. Look at that, side by side. So it is definitely a bit longer. So in that case, my design wins. But now I thought to myself, what if this guy's right? What if actually that is okay for a standard Alice? So I tried that on, just because I thought to myself, well, hell, if I'm criticizing someone online, or at least their method, rather, and as I mentioned, I'm not trying to call anyone out here. I'm not trying to, start any beefs online, but the video kind of prompted me to do my own video, so as to showcase at least how I set up the Hellcat mod. And the thing is about, okay, so going back to his design, and by the way, guys, we're only focusing on the shoulder harness because the waist belt is pretty self-explanatory. You don't really need a tutorial on that, do you? But the reason, and again, this is not even a tutorial on how to set up the Hellcat mod. It's more of a, showcasing the different versions out there, and what I believe is to be the best version. So let's, for the sake of argument, try his method. Already from here, already just by looking at it, it could just about fit. Let's lay this down. It could just about fit. Let's lay this completely flat. It could just about fit, but as you can see, this much space, this is where the webbing ends, and this is where the sleeve starts. So putting this frame in here is still not where it really should be. Now, the guy online that did this video basically just pushed and pushed and pushed, and you know, I guess if you push hard enough, it will go on. You know, it will go on. But what do you have now? That's my issue again, and that I wanted to kind of showcase and that I failed to showcase. I guess this is a better way of actually, you know, trying out his method. First of all, look at the straps. They're already sinking down here. They're sinking down here, and it's not, you know, this isn't the tightest it could go, but it's, you know, in line with the Velcro. So it really makes use of that setup. As you can see, this already starts to sink below the center bar. This has basically been pushed down, and look what ends up happening to the padding. Look at this S shape. This crunches up the padding in there. Guys, this is not the effective way to do this. And here's another little issue that further kind of justifies my stance on why this doesn't work. When you put the pads up, look at now where this stands. This is all the way up here. And he was using this metal buckle in order to secure a strip of webbing with a ladder lock or a tri-glide through this little eyelet here. But again, it's not really in line. Look, you kind of have to crunch down on it in order for that to happen. Look what happens to the shoulder pad. This is not the right height, guys. It just doesn't work. Otherwise, it's just going to end up hanging all the way down here. And what's, you know, either way is not the way you should be, you know, either way is not the way that a pack will ride comfortably on your back. It's just unpractical. It's just highly unpractical. So again, guys, I guess this little rant is just kind of justify that I believe this is how you set up the Hellcat mod. If you do it with the bar, I mean with the strapping above the center bar on the Alice frame, you're inevitably going to crunch up all that padding. As you can see, it's either gonna, you know, fold one way or fold the other, but it's not gonna stay completely straight. And most importantly, you push down on this enough, and you don't really have an effective way of securing the shoulder pads without some level of crunching up. And what's the point of this if this can sit lower? You know, if this panel can sit lower, like in this model, what is the actual point? I mean, this is where your shoulders are going to rest anyway. So, what can I say, guys? I guess this is just my rant. My rant on this setup that I don't believe is... I mean, there are videos out there that I don't believe are the correct way of installing the MOLLE 2 shoulder pads or shoulder harness. It just doesn't work. It doesn't provide the padding to be at the right height in either case. You know, for one, it's too high up here, far too high, and down here it just, you know, it's not a smooth bit of padding. As you can see, it just either sinks in this way or folds the other way, you know, to kind of make up for the lack of space. Because otherwise, this would inevitably end up not resting directly on the pack, the frame, I mean. In order for it, there we go. In order for this to work a little bit better, the frame is now down here. You know, it's not on par with the whole sleeve. So what can I say, guys? I'm testing out his method, but I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing how this works. So I'm still gonna say that it's a good try, you know. And again, there's no added benefit of crisscrossing this webbing onto the onto this fulcrum here. You know, there's really no added benefit, and if anything, it puts unnecessary strain on this part here, which I wouldn't do, you know, at least. And again, no point in securing it down the bottom, because what you really want to do is secure it at the top via these little strips of webbing with either tri-glides or yeah, or ladder locks. So what can I say, guys? I guess this was just my rant. I hope I'm not repeating myself too much. See, it just looks off. Look at that. See that, guys? Or is it just me? What can I say? I guess this is just my way of setting up the Hellcat mod, and I hope you can see the logic behind it, and you know, why I believe this to be the correct setup, and you know, with the center bar in between the straps, as opposed to this setup, which really doesn't allow the shoulder harness to sit at the right height, and for the pack, for the Alice pack, in order to be able to really, you know, slip in onto the frame. So that's it, guys. I guess that was just my rant, part 2. I figured I'd give this this guy's method a go, just to see if, after all, I may be wrong. But nah, I'm staying firm on my stance. I think that's the, I would say, better way or correct way. But you know, for me, it's the only way. You know, it's just simply because I believe that works. That sort of works, but it really doesn't. You know, it doesn't work well. So, what can I say, guys? I hope this helped someone out there with their pack and with their Hellcat mod. And let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? What is the correct way of doing this? Or how do you guys do it? Am I the only one who believes that this is actually a more practical way of running the shoulder harness as opposed to this way? You know, let me know in the comments. So thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to hearing your opinions, and I will see you on the next one.